Are you ready to live your dream? Motivation, inspiration, and passion. That's what it takes to make dreams come true. Welcome to the Nadia Sahari Show. Our guests will share important tips, insights, and knowledge to help you fulfill your dreams of success. Here's your host, actress, author, entrepreneur, Nadia Sahari.
Oh, yes, here we are again. And I have a fabulous friend and entertainer as my guest today. I can't believe it. I just can't wait to share her story with you. It is amazing. I want you to know that this show is to help you, to motivate you, and to give you the passion that you need to be successful with whatever your dream is. Is your dream writing a book or acting in a movie or getting a record label? Or maybe just having your own business. This is what the show's about. It's to help you, to give you tips. My guests share their secrets, their journey, and their challenges. And everyone goes through failure, and we learn through the failure. And this is what my show is for, is to help you not to give up on your dream. So today, my guest, she is an award-winning pop, blues, soft rock, adult contemporary artist. She is an ASCAP composer, a SAG actress, a scriptwriter. She is everything. I thought I was bad. She is worse. This girl does a lot also. We are so multitasking. It is incredible. So she's had a very successful career in entertainment. And she's appeared in 150 films. And we're going to introduce her right now so she can tell us about it. Bring on Marneen Fields. Welcome to the Nadia Sahari Show.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, thank you so much. That's amazing. Thank you, Nadia. I'm so glad to be here.
Oh, me too. I'm so glad. I mean, I looked at your video tape with all the stunts that you've done in film. Over 150 films. I saw you diving into deep waters from high above. I saw you jumping from buildings. I said, oh, Lord, I did not know this about Marneen.
I know. People are shocked when they find out about the stunt. I was very young, and I was a gymnast, and I got discovered by Hollywood. Wow. And I broke into the business as a high diver and doing high falls. And I was once coined Hollywood's original fall girl in the mid-1980s and awarded a license plate that said Fall Girl, and I had it on my car, and everyone called me Fall Girl. But I always wanted to act, and I kept doing stunts, and my acting did almost take off. You mentioned doing many different things.
Yes.
It wasn't meant to be that way, but because of misfortune and loss and an accident, a lot of surgeries, I had to change my course because I then could no longer do the other things, and I always wanted to sing, so then that's how I got into the music.
Oh, so you had an accident during a stunt performance?
No, I was one of the top stunt girls in the world, and I was just driving home one day in the rain. A young boy who worked as a rapper, a foreign boy in a textile company, he ran a red light at very high speed in a pickup truck, and he came right through my left door, and it's a miracle I lived, and it took me a year to walk again, and I couldn't even hang laundry for several years, because then it resulted in a series of abdominal operations, and I basically fought for my life. It was a miracle I ever got on my feet.
God bless you. Oh, man, you're a miracle. I can't believe.
Thank you.
Isn't it amazing that you performed all those stunts and you were fine? And you have to have
That's
one
right.
guy.
You know, life imitating art. My personal life imitated my stunt life.
Yes.
In that bad accident.
Wow. But I do believe it. I mean, things like that happen. I've had weird things happen too. I was just driving home the other night. You know, I go to Texas and to California. I reside in both states. And I was driving from Austin to another city late at night. And this pickup guy goes past me at 90, and this 2x4 flies out of his truck, hits my windshield on the passenger side, thank God. Because if it hit me directly on my side, I would be dead right now. So,
oh, no.
Yes. I mean, see what I'm saying? You just don't know.
And so did it smash your window open?
No, because of the way it flew sideways, because because he was ahead of me. It came sideways and hit my windshield and bounced off. But I was fortunate that I didn't get into an accident or that it flew right directly into my windshield and would have killed me instantly.
Oh, my God.
I know. It's horrible. With that being said, so you were a stunt actress and you are ranked in the top 25% of the talent in the world and the number one female talent from your hometown of Minot, North Dakota. And that I didn't know about you. And we were just talking about how we met and how we met at this bus stop being shuttled to a big party at this hillside mansion in Hollywood. Now that you mention it, I mean, I remember you clearly, and we were talking about how we met at red carpet events, and it's incredible how you meet people.
Yeah, and that was a celebrity pool party.
Yes.
And they hadn't picked us up, and we just were standing there, and so here we are today now after all of that. But yeah, those things you just read, that's my IMDb credits, and yes. I'm a very serious and well-trained actress.
Yes.
I got in doing the stunts, and I was a national gymnast and all of this, right. But I just a couple years, and I got into the industry with a role and a stunt, and so I did stunt acting, and then I also did straight acting, and I'm the protege of a couple famous celebrity acting coaches, and I had just broke as an actress on some movies of the week and a feature film, and then I had the car accident, and it wiped everything out. I lost everything. I lost the acting. I lost the stunt. I thought life. I didn't think I'd do anything ever again.
Look at you now. Look at you now. You're beautiful. You're just beautiful inside and out.
Thank you.
I'm just amazed. I really am. Let me ask you, what was your inspiration to be a stunt woman? I mean, you were a gymnast, and what inspired you to be a gymnast? How did this all begin for you?
Well, I was just always really, really athletic as a child, and I mean, exceptionally athletic, unbelievably in track and swimming and softball. Wow. And then one day I started doing in like sixth grade, and I was also a musician as a child. I played multiple instruments, and I was just still doing what I'm doing now back then, and I just got the desire to start doing handstands and headstands. Didn't start early enough. I started gymnastics like in sixth grade in my yard, and then seventh grade. And by the time I got into high school, I was the number one gymnast in my high school. And then when I graduated high school in 1973, I was one of 3 women in the United States to receive an athletic scholarship in gymnastics. They didn't give them to women back then. They didn't. And so I was pioneer, one of the first. And then I entered in gymnastics 3 years into college. And while I was home, I went to college at Utah State. And while I was home in Ventura, California, my brother met a stunt man, and he said, you should go down there. And my sister's perfect for this. So my brother really was the one invited down, and he threw me his light. And I think that's one of the reasons there's been so much trouble with it, is that I was just going to be a gymnastics coach. Like I opened the first Parks and Recreation program for children in all ages, handicapped, in Simi Valley at 15 years old. And, and I was really, really shy. You might have seen that in me when you met me. Yes. I'm kind of subdued. And Paul Stater, a very famous stuntman, he recognized my talent. And within 6 months to the day, I had my SAG card. And within just a couple months after that, my first movie was a Clint Eastwood movie. And then I'm one of the top stunt girls in the world from 1976 to 1977. Worked all the time, but I was rare. I was probably the only gymnast. They all came from horses and cars and this sort of thing, where I came from the real arena of trained gymnastics.
Wow.
And that's a big difference in how you perform.
Big difference, absolutely. You are the daughter of a country western singer and square dance caller Robert Leo Fields.
Yes.
Wow.
My dad had the first country music television show in Minot, North Dakota, where he called square dances. And he used to say at 2 years old, I would tap him on the leg, say, "No, Daddy, it goes like this." And, you inspire me so much right now, because all I ever wanted to be was a singer my whole life, even though I did the gymnastics, and the stunts were really difficult and frightening. And I wanted to act. fact, when I first started with that, but all I ever wanted to do was sing. Every song, maybe the same with you. Every song was your favorite song.
Yes.
That came on the radio.
Oh, yes. I'm still doing that. Let's do this. I want to play one of your songs. I'll tell you, I listened to them, and they were amazing. So let's play Release My Love. And did you write any of these? Did you write Release My Love?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a composer and also the lyricist.
Okay, so I read that you write broken-hearted love ballads and you pour your heart out in your songs.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
In a maze, I can't escape. Playing solitaire and watching love affairs on videotape. I'm still doing time. Torture, babe. Still need your love, boy. Forever chained to yesterday. Seduce me with your romance like before. Honey, please, tell me I'm the one, oh baby. Please release my love for you. My heart's to a bedroom of the past, just a prisoner starving for your touch. It's unsurpassed. I'm still locked up at your soulmate, babe. Still feel your love, boy. Forever captive, always in love. Release my for you. Seduce me with your romance like before. Honey, please, tell me I'm the one, oh baby. Please release my love for you. Chamber, echoing memories. You continue, kiss me and sing. You sing to me, sing. Release my passion for you. Seduce me. With your sweet romance like before. Honey, please seduce me with your romance. Hold me, release my love for you. Release my love for you. My love for you.
That is so beautiful. I just close my eyes.
Thank you.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Release My Love. The whole thing is beautiful.
Thank you.
You are
That's
very
about,
talented. Did you take lessons for singing?
Oh, always, yes. Now, lessons for everything. That's my middle name because
Me too.
Always the lessons in education. But that song was written once I had the accident at college. I lost the love of my life, and I had to move back to California. And that song is written for him. And he was an inspiration to many of my songs till I was well into my 40s and finally gotten over him. But for years, I couldn't get over him. It was losing the love of my life, even though I had all the stunts and all the other, that was all I wanted. And, so that's why I write broken-hearted love songs, because the day that I lost him was the day I started writing broken-hearted love songs.
That is sad.
It's what I was meant to do, It's what I was born, write these rich love ballads. I do these other things, but I really still only want to sing and write these love ballads. And there's never a happier time with singing now, going in the studio. There's nothing better. Nothing for me. Nothing compares.
Yes.
No performance. You can act in a role, and it doesn't do what singing and music does for me.
Well, at the time you are heartbroken about some relationship, and you get to a point in life where you realize that had to happen for you to be where you are and to do what you are doing. And it did bring you to this point in your life. And had you not gone through that, you probably would have never sung or written a love ballad. But because you were in pain, this is what happened. And it was your destiny. And it was your destiny to do what you're doing and to be where you are.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Very well said.
Well, let me ask you, you've had failures in your life and everything, and I'm sure that you've learned many things from them. And what is the most valuable lesson that you did learn from what happened in your life to bring you to this point?
Oh, that's just great. Great to ask. Well, I have worked so hard, and I've been so close on many different occasions to really, really making it or landing that fantastic biggest break that secures a future like so many people have achieved. And it's just eluded me, like just within my grasp. Then I had the accident or this. And so, one of the things that I've learned, and I've written a song about it, of course, and it's, you can't make happen what isn't meant to be, no matter how hard you try. All you're wanting it, these are the lyrics I've written, all you're wanting it won't make it happen any faster, because you can't help make happen what isn't meant to be. And at this age in my life, I've had to come to terms with that my failures, or what other people would consider failures, and these deep losses I've had to go through. And it's very sorrowful. There's a lot of depth in me about sorrow and loss. That's what I did my best. And at the end, when I take my last breath, I really, really tried. And I never gave up, and I've always been really inspirational. Go with the gusto and give it my all in everything. But now I'm at the point, at this age in my life where, you've got to face reality at some point. But I didn't quit. I stayed in, and maybe something will turn in the future to where it's more, or maybe it will just that's always what it will be, that I just wasn't able to make what happened, no matter how bad I wanted it, because it wasn't meant to be.
Well, you've been singing since 1991, and you've had...
Professionally, yes.
Professionally. And you've had a repertoire of 150 top 40 songs under your belt, and you've lent your voice to 20 bands, their song demos. And
that's right.
You're an ASCAP composer of 35 original pop, rock, blues songs with a focus on love, heartbreak, inspiration, and God. Looking to reach the top of the world charts with your passionate Adele, Whitney Houston, alto soprano voice. That's exactly what you have. And it's soaring with your melodic love ballads. And you perform in Los Angeles at red carpet events and nightclubs and showcases and radio shows all around the world. And you're writing music, and you're writing and acting and singing, and you're amazing. I really thought I did a lot. You really do more than I do, I think. Next time anybody says to me I'm doing too much and I need to narrow things down, I'm going to show them your list, and I'm going to say, excuse me, I want you to read this woman right here and tell me, look what all the things she's doing. And
that's funny.
Everyone tells me I should reduce everything I'm doing. I'm doing too much, but it's hard because I've been an entrepreneur, and it's hard. I come up with ideas and I implement them, and I wait and see and which works and what doesn't, and I go from there. I use the process of elimination. So.
Oh, that's good. Yes.
Yeah. So I always do things that I want to do. So that's what I'm going to do next time. I'm going to carry your bio all over the place.
Well, yeah, as far as the music and learning 150 songs,
yes.
When I had the surgeries after the accident, I was bedridden and I couldn't walk. These surgeries kept taking my legs.
Yes.
And so I sat on my bed and I learned 150 songs because I wanted to sing, and I almost was dead. And I thought, if I don't do it now, when will I do it? Only thing that healed me was this singing and this music, because the heights of pain I lived in for over a decade, it was excruciating. I can't even just say, nowadays I'm pain-free. So it's pretty amazing.
Wow, that's wonderful. I'm so proud of you. And how are your legs today? They're pain-free? Everything's good?
Well, I'm not the athlete or dancer, gymnast, stunt woman. I can't do any of those things ever again. And I was very slender and very in shape. And I've had trouble being as thin as because when you've ever been a real champion athlete like I was, you've been real thin, now you're in real good shape and you look fabulous. But I've struggled with my weight since all these surgeries. And I'm comfortable though. I'm okay with that because I'd rather be relaxed. There's a difference but physically, I suck. Physically, I can't do, much more than walking and performing my songs. But, as a singer, I don't need to bounce around.
No, you don't. No, it's a perfect career for
some
you.
of them do. Yeah, some of them do, and it's great. It's hard to explain.
Well, not your style. You're a love ballad singer. They don't bounce around.
Yeah, I'm a torch. That's what my new CD is called, The Torch Collection. That's carrying the torch for somebody.
Oh, well, here, I want to play I'll Never Kiss His Lips Again.
Oh, please, yes.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. And we will be right back. Here is Marneen Fields with I'll Never Kiss His Lips Again. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
I can feel the pain.
Well, now that's about a young man, my first kiss, my first boyfriend, and he committed suicide in his 30s.
No. Oh, how sad.
It is sad. It is sad. It's actually kind of based on a couple different guys whose lives ended early that it touched my life, but it was mainly based on this young man I went to high school with. He was my first boyfriend at 16. And he became a cop, and something happened in his life, I don't know what, well into his 30s, and he shot himself.
Oh, dear Lord. That is sad. Well, you know, it's a beautiful
I felt I
song.
should do something.
Yeah, it's a
I wanted to do
song.
something for suicide prevention.
Yes.
And
well, you did.
You know, by the way, you've read all my credits and everything just perfect.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I did. I read everything. And let me just say this. You are a wonderful songwriter, and you touch the soul. You are really, really good. And because you've had so much pain. When someone has had pain, that is something that transmits to the audience and we all have experienced pain in some way, and we feel the pain when you're singing it. And that is a true, true artist.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And I do want to ask you, who do you feel in your life was your biggest influence for your success today and your singing?
My mom, I've written her screenplay about her struggles, and it's been nominated in 3 categories in the Action on Film Festival, which takes place next month in Las Vegas, and I'm in Las Vegas right now. But my mom was the most amazing, wonderful, sweet. She would listen to me sing for hours on end and say, just keep practicing. She heard that's what Barbra Streisand did. She was, even when I wasn't very good, because I was always running in with a song, even as a young kid, and I know that I must not have been very good back then. It didn't come easy for me.
That is great to have parents that were influences in your life, good influences rather than the opposite. So let me ask you, where can our listeners connect with you on social media, and where can they pick up your CDs?
Okay, my CDs are on CD Baby under Marneen Fields, and then you can find out more about my career in entertainment on the IMDb under just Marneen Fields, and it lists all the shows and everything I've done. Then my company is Heavenly Waterfall Productions, and it's just that.com, heavenlywaterfallproductions.com, and I have a new website. It's up there. A lot of it's up there, but more to go, and so they can see more.
Well, let me ask you a question. Because of where you've been and where you are now and what you've done in your life, what advice would you give our listeners that have the same dream that you have? What advice would you give them to continue with their dream?
Well, I think the main advice I would give would be, of course, I'm an example of don't quit. Yes. And then, I like your theme of being happy. There was so much joy at different moments, but to not get discouraged and not let any kind of discouragement or what other people say. One of the most painful things I've dealt with is, it would be guys I would be dating, telling me way back, and I'd already accomplished so much, and trying to, say, you'll never do it, it can't be done. And they do not know what God has ordained for my life at any given moment in time.
That's right.
And, they tried to be, there was always big ego thing and always trying to say something negative to the other person rather than lifting them up. That's something I never do. I make sure that I'm very careful, not bringing down someone else's goals, because, unbelievable, this stuff. And then people hated me, some girls and things I went to school with, just because you probably had this too, because you had a life in entertainment. They could have had one. Why hate me? Because I got that life and worked for it. Yes. And there's just too much competition.
Yes.
They call it, a pissing contest. I hate to use that word, but, that's what it is. And you're not in control of what God's ordaining someone else to be or what their destiny is in his life. And they couldn't close doors on Elvis Presley. That's what was meant to be. But I think that if more people were realizing, hey, I don't need to be the leader or the winner every time. Let the other guy relish or cherish in something they've accomplished. And that there would be just so much more harmony if people could really appreciate what each person's contributing.
Yes. And support and be supportive. And unfortunately, there is envy and jealousy and negativity about you can't. But I'll tell you, the more people say to me, I can't, or you can't, I can. And that even makes me go after it even more, because I'm going to show them, I'm going to do it. You watch and see, buddy. I can do it. You go ahead.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
I can see that you have that, and that's what I love about your Be Happy theme.
The more negativity I get about someone telling me I can't, I can. I go after it like a cannonball.
This is my thought. Okay, what I've said to my brothers and family members and guys I've dated, what I've said behind their back after they've said these things, just because they weren't doing it or they had their own thoughts of limitation or they didn't think they could achieve it, is I said, thank God that I didn't have the faith in myself that they have. I would have amounted to nothing.
That's right.
Had I had the same faith in myself that they have, I would have done nothing. And I also said to them, I've actually blurted out and said, and that's why you're not my agent, is because that's another thing, is when you're going to sign with an agent or a manager, you've got to make sure that, that they believe in you and there's enough disbelief going around.
Yes. Absolutely. Marneen, really very well said, because that is what drives people, and passion drives people to live their dream. And I can still hear the passion in your voice. You've accomplished your goal, your dream, your life, and you still have the passion, which means that this is your destiny, and you just keep on doing it and don't let anyone stop you.
Thanks.
You're welcome, and I'm so glad that you are on my show today.
Me too.
And
I'm so thrilled. Thank you. I'm so
You're
honored.
welcome.
I was so excited to be your guest.
Oh, me too. I'm excited. And thank you so much, and I thank you, and I will have you again. And you just keep singing, girl, because you have a beautiful voice.
Thank you very much.
That was Marneen Fields. Whew. Talent. So much talent. Never met anyone that did as much as I. But I think she beats me. So thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget who you are. Do what you want to do in your life. You deserve to live your dream. You are worthy. It is by choice and not by chances that we change our circumstances. Keep dreaming, keep going to it, keep working it, keep on doing it. Do not let anyone say you can't, because you can. Because Marneen did it, I did it, we're all doing it. All my guests have done it. So thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us today. God bless you all.
Thanks for tuning in with Nadia and her guests. For more info, episodes, and connection, please visit our website, thenadiasaharishow.com. Share episodes with your friends. Follow us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Instagram, and most importantly, never give up. Live your dream.